Hi, guys. So this week we're going to be looking at one book, but all week long. So the book we're looking at is this book. It's See Me Grow. And this book is full of different animals, and we get to see how they're born and what they go through and how they change as they're growing. Just like the caterpillar, which we've talked about, they have the caterpillar in the book. It talks about how they start out in an egg and then they move to a caterpillar, they build a chrysalis, and then as time goes on, they develop wings and then they turn into a butterfly. So this book has so many different life cycles of different animals. So the life cycle is just like what the caterpillar did. It starts out as one thing and then it changes into another, or it changes as it grows. So today we're going to talk about bees, and we're going to talk about the life cycle of a bee. So here's my bee page, and it has a bunch of different facts about bees that I'm going to share with you. Like honeybees live in big groups and look after their babies together. So they live in the hive and they all look after their babies together. Here we can see the bees make nests out of wax, and the queen bee lays one egg in each cell. So I told you, and we talked about a hexagon a little while ago. So there's the hexagon, and they are the little cells of the beehive. And the queen bee, who's in charge of everything, lays the eggs inside each cell. So they start out as an egg. And here we can see after 3 days, the eggs hatch into babies called grubs. So a baby bee is a grub. You can see that is what a grub looks like inside its cell. At 6 days old, the grub wraps itself in a cocoon and changes inside it. So kind of like a caterpillar, they go into a cocoon or chrysalis for the caterpillar, and then they start to change. So here he is inside his cocoon, and he's going to start to change. After about 2 weeks, so that's 14 days, an adult bee wiggles out of its cell. So here is the adult bee coming out of its cell. So it took 14 days for it to turn from a grub into an adult bee. And worker bees are busy insects. So these are worker bees. They work inside the hive. They protect the hive. They make honey. And they're working inside to protect the babies or the other grubs. This up here says worker bees collect nectar from flowers and turn it into honey. So we're going to do an experiment tomorrow that's going to talk about nectar. But so bees land on flowers and they collect the nectar from a flower, and then they bring it back to the hive. And when they do that, it will then turn into honey. So they're going to work with the nectar and make it into honey, which we eat. So here we can see this down here is the queen bee. She is in charge. There's one queen, and she is in charge of the whole hive, or like the whole colony. So she's very, very important, and all the worker bees work really hard to make sure that she is okay, that she is taken care of. So, my friends, the cycle of a bee is it starts out as a grub in a tiny little cell, and then they turn it into a cocoon so they can change just like our caterpillar, and then they come out as a worker bee, an adult bee. So that is the life cycle of a bee, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay? Stay tuned for some more activities about bees. Bye!